Hey everyone! Welcome to AZ Languages. I'm so happy you could join me today. You know those moments when you just feel really, really good? Like when something amazing happens, or even when something small and sweet makes you smile. I love those moments. And today, we're going to talk all about them, how to describe happy moments, how to share good news, and how to talk about the things that make us feel joyful. My name is Dima, and I'm really excited to practice English with you today. Before we dive in, I want to say a quick thank you. It means so much to me that you're here, taking time to learn and practice with me. I know life gets busy, so I really appreciate you choosing to spend this time with me. And if you enjoy this episode, please remember to hit that like button. It really helps us create more content for you here at AZ Languages. And if you haven't already, consider subscribing so you don't miss any of our future episodes. All right, let's get started. I want to ask you something. How are you feeling today? I hope you're doing well. I had a really nice weekend, actually. The weather was absolutely beautiful, and I spent some time outside with my family. We went to a local park on Sunday. The sun was shining, the birds were singing, and we just had the best time. We played some games, had a picnic, and laughed so much. It was honestly one of those simple but perfect days, and it made me realize just how important it is to notice these little moments of joy. But, not every weekend is like that. Sometimes we all need rest, right? I've had weekends where I just stayed home and relaxed. Last weekend, for example, I was feeling pretty tired from work, so I decided to stay in. But you know what? I watched a really good movie on Saturday night, and that made me so happy. It wasn't a big event, but it still brought me joy. And that's what I want to talk about today. Happiness doesn't always have to come from huge things. It can come from the smallest moments. So let's think about this together. What kinds of things usually make you happy? For me, I love spending time with the people I care about. When I'm with my friends or family and we're all laughing and joking, I feel this wonderful warmth inside. I also feel really happy when I finish something I've been working on for a long time. Accomplishing goals, no matter how big or small, always gives me a sense of pride and joy. And honestly, good food makes me incredibly happy too. A delicious meal, a warm cup of coffee, or a sweet dessert, these things always put me in a good mood. Now, when something happy happens to you, how do you usually share it with others? Personally, I love calling my mom or my best friend right away. If something exciting happens, my first instinct is to pick up the phone and share the news. But I know some people prefer texting. I do that too sometimes. It's quicker, and you can easily share photos. I love sending pictures with my news because it helps tell the story better. You can really see the happiness in people's faces, right? Let me share a recent happy moment with you. A couple of weeks ago, I got a promotion at work. I was so thrilled. I honestly couldn't contain my excitement. The first thing I did was call my parents. Hearing how proud they were made me even happier. Sharing good news with people you love makes the moment so much more special. It's like the joy multiplies when you share it. I also posted a little something on social media, and my friends sent me so many sweet messages. It felt wonderful. What about you? What's something that made you happy recently? Maybe it was something big, like a promotion, or maybe it was something small. A little while ago, my sister had a baby. I became an aunt for the first time, and when I held that tiny baby in my arms, I cried happy tears. It was such a beautiful, emotional moment. I visit them every weekend now. Watching that little one grow and change fills my heart with so much happiness. It's one of those joys that keeps giving. So, how do we talk about these feelings in English? We use so many different words and expressions to describe happiness. Saying, "I'm happy" is fine and perfectly correct, but there are many other great ways to express your feelings. Let's explore a few of them. For instance, when something really exciting happens, I might say, "I'm thrilled," or "I'm over the moon." Have you ever heard that expression? It means you're extremely happy, almost like you're floating. Another lovely one is, "I'm on cloud nine." These are beautiful, natural expressions that native speakers use all the time. Then there are softer words. If I'm pleased with something, it means I'm satisfied and happy, but maybe not jumping up and down. For example, if you complete a project or get a good result, you might say, "I'm pleased with how it turned out." And what about the word delighted? That's a bit more formal, but still wonderful. You might say, "I'm delighted to meet you," or "I'm delighted by the surprise." However, in everyday conversation, happy and excited are perfectly fine. Simple is often best. Now, it's not enough to just say, "I'm happy." You usually want to explain why. You can say, "I'm happy because I passed my exam," or "I'm excited about my vacation next week." Another common structure is, "I'm happy that." For example, "I'm happy that my friend is visiting." Or you could say, "It makes me happy when." For instance, "It makes me happy when I see my dog waiting for me at the door." And there's also, "I'm happy too," like, "I'm happy to help you." These structures are so useful and easy to practice. Try using them in your conversations this week. So, do you celebrate your happy moments in any special way? I know I do. Sometimes when something big happens, I treat myself. Maybe I buy a special dessert or go out for dinner. Even small celebrations matter. I love celebrating with a nice meal. Honestly, food is a big part of how I enjoy life. Sometimes I celebrate with others, and sometimes I enjoy my happiness quietly by myself. Not everything needs to be shared with everyone. Some happiness is private, and that's perfectly okay. I think we often feel like we have to share everything on social media, but we don't. It's okay to keep some moments just for yourself. And when you do share good news, remember to be genuine. There's a big difference between sharing happiness and showing off. So share your joy, but stay humble. And after you share your news, ask about other people's lives. That shows you care about them too. It makes the conversation balanced and warm. What about when something happy happens, but it's not a huge deal? I'm talking about everyday small joys, like finding a $5 bill in your pocket or getting a good parking spot. These things count too. I found some money in my jacket pocket yesterday, and honestly, it made my day. Little surprises are wonderful. Do you notice small happy moments often? I try to because I think it's important to appreciate them. It's easy to focus on problems, but we should make an effort to see the good stuff too. Let's also talk about expressing happiness for other people. When someone tells you their good news, what do you say? The most common response is congratulations. That works for achievements, like a new job or a graduation. But you can also say, "That's wonderful," or "That's fantastic." Another great one is, "I'm so happy for you." It sounds warm and genuine, and it really shows you care. We can also say, "Good for you," but be careful with your tone. If you say it warmly, it's great, but if you say it flatly, it might sound sarcastic. English is tricky like that. Tone and body language matter a lot. What if the news is small but still nice? You can say, "That's nice," or "How lovely," or simply, "I'm glad to hear that." It's gentle and supportive. You don't always need to scream with excitement. Match your response to the situation. If someone says they had a nice lunch, you don't need to jump up and down. But if they tell you they got engaged, then more excitement is definitely appropriate. It's all about reading the room. Now, what about sharing happiness in writing, like in messages or emails? It's a bit different from speaking. We often use exclamation marks to show excitement. I personally love exclamation marks. They help show tone in text. Emojis help too. A smiling face or a heart can make your message much warmer. But remember, don't use these in formal emails. That would be unprofessional. Save them for friends and casual messages. Sharing photos is another wonderful way to share happiness. People love photos because they make the story more real. I always include pictures when I share good news. A picture really is worth 1,000 words, but don't forget to add a caption. Explain what's happening in the photo. It gives context and makes the story more complete. Happiness also feels different depending on when it happens. A happy morning can set the tone for the whole day. When I wake up to good news, my whole day feels brighter and more energetic. Evening happiness, on the other hand, is more peaceful. It helps you sleep well and feel content. Both are valuable in their own way. What makes me happy in the morning? A good cup of coffee and some sunshine. Those two things together are simply perfect. In the evening, I love finishing my work and relaxing at home, maybe reading a book or watching something on TV. Reading before bed makes me feel calm and happy. It's much better than looking at my phone, even though I admit I sometimes check my phone before sleep too. It's a habit we should both work on. You know, different cultures also express happiness differently. Some people are very loud and expressive when they're happy. Others are quiet and calm about it. I think I'm somewhere in the middle, but my brother, for example, is very loud. When he's happy, everyone knows it. He jumps around, he laughs loudly, and his energy is contagious. It's fun to be around. Happy people really do make others happy too. Happiness spreads so easily. One thing I've noticed is that happy moments pass quickly. They don't last forever, but we can keep their memory alive. How do we do that? For me, I love looking at photos from happy times. I have a whole album on my phone dedicated to happy memories. When I'm feeling down, I scroll through it, and it always helps. I also try to write about happy moments in a journal. I'm not very consistent with it, but when I do write, it feels so good. Just simple things. What happened that day, what made me smile, who I talked to. It's like a little gift to my future self. Talking about happy memories with friends is another beautiful way to relive those moments. When you remember together, it's like experiencing it all over again. And sometimes you remember details the other person forgot, which makes it even more fun. One of my favorite memories to talk about is my college graduation. It rained during the ceremony and we all got soaked, but we didn't care at all. We were so happy. The rain actually made it more memorable. Sometimes things don't go as planned, but they're still wonderful. That's the beauty of life. Another memory I love is my first trip abroad. I went to Japan 5 years ago and I still talk about it all the time. Everything was new and exciting. The food, the culture, the people. Every single day was an adventure. I took hundreds of photos. And you know what? I'm already saving money for another trip. Having future happy moments planned makes me happy right now. Anticipation is a big part of happiness. Looking forward to something good feels almost as nice as the moment itself. I also love creating happy moments for other people. I try to surprise my friends with small gifts or kind gestures. Maybe I buy coffee for a coworker, or I send a nice message to a friend who's having a hard time. These small actions matter so much, and they make me happy too. Giving happiness creates happiness. It's such a beautiful cycle. When someone does something nice for me, I always say thank you sincerely. I make sure they know I appreciate it, and I try to return the kindness later. That keeps the cycle going. Well, we've covered so much today, from big celebrations to small everyday joys, from sharing news to keeping memories alive. I hope you feel inspired to notice and appreciate your happy moments more, and I hope you feel more confident talking about them in English. You know, while we've been talking, we've used so many useful words to describe happiness. Let's take a moment to review them together. The first word is thrilled. We used this word many times. It means very, very happy and excited about something. For example, I was thrilled when I got accepted to university. It's stronger than just happy. I use it when something really exciting happens. The second word is delighted. This is similar to thrilled, but a bit softer. It means very pleased and happy. For example, I was delighted to receive flowers on my birthday. It's a lovely word for pleasant surprises. The third word is celebrate. This is an important verb. It means to do something special because of a happy event. For example, we celebrate birthdays with cake and parties. I also like to celebrate my achievements, even small ones, by treating myself to something nice. The fourth word is joyful. This is a beautiful word, though we said it's more formal. It means full of joy and happiness. For example, Christmas is a joyful time for many families. It's a poetic and warm word. The fifth word is appreciate. This came up when we talked about gratitude. It means to recognize the value of something and feel grateful. For example, I appreciate my friends who always support me. It's a mindful and wise word. The sixth word is content. This is a gentle word for happiness. It means satisfied and peaceful, not needing anything more. For example, after a good meal with family, I feel content. It's a word for calm, deep satisfaction. The seventh word is grateful. This is so important for happiness. It means feeling or showing thanks and appreciation. For example, I'm grateful for my health and my family. It's a wonderful attitude to have. These are all wonderful words for talking about happiness. I hope everyone practices using them. Try to use at least one of these words in a sentence today. It's a great way to improve your English and express yourself more clearly. So, let's quickly recap what we learned today. We talked about different types of happiness, big celebrations, and small everyday joys. We discussed how to share good news and keep memories alive. News with others, whether you call, text, or post on social media. We explored many words to describe happiness, like thrilled, delighted, excited, over the moon, and on cloud nine. We learned how to explain why we're happy using different sentence structures. We talked about celebrating happiness both alone and with others. We learned how to express happiness for other people when they share good news. We covered sharing happiness in writing with messages, emails, and photos. We discussed happiness at different times of day, morning and evening. We talked about keeping happy memories alive through photos and journals. We shared personal stories and talked about creating happiness for others through kindness and surprises. And finally, we reviewed 7 important vocabulary words: thrilled, delighted, celebrate, joyful, appreciate, content, and grateful. That's a lot of useful English practice. Happiness really is a universal topic. Everyone can relate to it, and now you can talk about it in English. Now it's time for our favorite part, the question of the day. Are you ready? Today's question is, what is one small thing that made you smile this week? It doesn't have to be big. It could be something simple, like seeing a beautiful flower, receiving a kind text, or enjoying a warm cup of tea. For me, one small thing that made me smile this week was seeing a dog playing in the park. The dog was chasing bubbles that children were blowing. It was so cute and funny. I stopped for 5 minutes just to watch. It made my whole morning better. What about you? I'd love to hear your answer. Please share your story in the comments below. It's a wonderful way to practice your English writing, and I read every single comment. I love learning about your lives, so don't be shy. Write your answer in the comments. I can't wait to read them all. To summarize, today we practiced talking about happy moments in English. We learned many useful words and phrases to describe happiness and joy. I hope you feel more confident now talking about the things that make you happy. Remember, practice is so important. Try using these words in your daily conversations. Maybe share a happy moment with a friend or family member in English. The more you practice, the more natural it will feel. Thank you so much for joining me today. It was truly wonderful spending this time with you. If you liked this episode, please give it a thumbs up. It helps me know what content you enjoy. Share it with a friend who is also learning English. Learning together is so much more fun. And if you haven't already, please subscribe to AZ Languages and click the bell so you never miss a new lesson. I have new conversations every day to help you practice real English. Each episode covers a different useful topic for everyday life. Next time, we'll talk about another interesting topic. I'm always here to help you improve your English speaking skills. So from me to you, keep learning, keep practicing, and have a wonderful day. Remember to share your happy moments with the people you love and find joy in the small things every single day. Take care, and I'll see you next time. Bye for now.